Issue number 9 of One World Under Doom came out yesterday, and it's the final issue, and we're going to deep dive into it. So obviously, spoilers if you haven't read it, please go read it, come back, and let me know your thoughts and opinions. After the shocking conclusion of last issue, we get a little bit of a backstory between the relationship of Victor Von Doom and Valeria Richards at the beginning of issue 9. Some of the sweet moments that they've shared as she's grown up, and just the relationship between Godfather and Goddaughter. So even after his complete and total victory over the heroes, the loss of Valeria has Victor grieving. So much so that even though he made his victory a fixed point in time in the Marvel Universe, he begins to travel to other worlds, to gods, to other planes, to ask the highest powered beings in this universe to reset this action. Finally, he is able to barter a deal with the Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal strips everything away from Victor, his power, his titles, everything, down to his purest motivations. And he sees that at his heart, there is no selfishness in Victor to ask to return Valeria to life. Victor has a very sweet conversation with her soul before she is returned to her body and says that Doom will deal with the consequences. Valeria is then returned to life. The Fantastic Four are overjoyed, and Valeria informs them of the sacrifice that Victor made for her life. We also get a little bit about what the average person is feeling after the fall of Emperor Doom. Some people are happy about it, some people are upset about it. It's a really nice little commentary on how people would genuinely feel, and honestly, it's kind of the only satisfaction we get in this episode of some people being like, what he offered was pretty good. Whether it was bad or not, the benefits were really there, and we saw them. Victor then appears to Reed in his lab, and the last bit of this issue is just kind of a conversation between the two of them. The age-old rivalry is still there. However, at the end of the day, Victor did save Valeria's life at the expense of his own and comes to Reed with a demand. But before he does this, he first checks in with Reed to make sure Valeria is okay. He then bids Reed to take good care of my world. And finally, on the inside of Victor's mask, there inscribes the words, "The last will and testament of Victor Von Doom," and Reed has something to say about that. However, even with the death of Victor, the story is not quite over. We're getting the one-shots, The Will of Doom, which is going to explain what that will is, as well as Dungeons of Doom. The world is scrambling to see what sort of hidden treasures Victor has kept in the vaults underneath his Latverian castle. Final and overall thoughts of the One World Under Doom epic. I think this is one of my favorite Doom stories so far. It captures Doom's essence, what he wants, his motivations, and what he will sacrifice to get them. I do think this story suffered from a poorly timed release schedule, as well as not nearly enough tie-ins to seemingly gather the whole rest of the Marvel Universe together. This story could have been the catalyst to really push the Marvel Universe forward into a new age and a different type of storytelling, and it feels like it may have missed the mark on that. But the lack of social commentary near the end of right versus wrong and what Victor did and the good that he did versus returning everything back to the status quo, I wanted a little bit more of that. But overall, please check out One World Under Doom. It was a fantastic read, and I'm sure it's going to read even better all together in one story.